We made it.
70 miles off the coast of Key West lies Dry Tortugas National Park, where you can enjoy crystal clear water and tour Fort Jefferson. But it was clear what Kari wanted to do the most on the island.
Snorkeling at Dry Tortugas.
Due to its remoteness, the only two ways to get to the park are the ferry or, for a little more adventure, the seaplane. And if I'm being honest, this was the highlight of our time in Key West. Now, let's go catch a plane.
Amazing trip.
Going on a seaplane? Cool. This was both Kari and my first time ever on a seaplane, and it was such an experience even from takeoff. You can really feel the slightest amount of turbulence. We departed from Key West with only 9 people on board to embark on this 70-mile journey. Our pilot pointed out interesting views on the flight, including this private island and house on Ballast Key. Did you know you get your own private air conditioner too? You just have to turn the air vent to adjust the temperature. There are several shipwrecks, including a World War II destroyer escort, the Patricia, sunk for bombing practice, and the second Arbutus, a 70-foot work vessel used by Mel Fisher, a treasure hunter. The flight is over some of the most gorgeous water we have ever seen, and you arrive quickly to the Dry Tortugas only 35 minutes later. However you choose to get there, make sure to book your spot early because seats sell out weeks to months in advance.
We made it. All right, well that was my first ride on a seaplane. Tyler's as well.
Yeah, and if you didn't see it, I'll play a replay right here. Kari's face during takeoff.
Takeoff, you could feel the movements of the plane, but it actually smoothed out once we got to cruising altitude, which is only 500 feet. And when you look down out the window, you could see sea turtles swimming around. They said also some days you can see sharks and dolphins. We did not see any today on the way out here, but we'll definitely be keeping an eye out for them on the way back.
Construction of Fort Jefferson began in 1846, and this was a way for the U.S. to control navigation to the Gulf of Mexico and protect Atlantic-bound Mississippi River trade. During the Civil War, the fort was used as a military prison for captured deserters and held 4 men that were complicit in President Abraham Lincoln's assassination in 1865. The most famous of those being Dr. Samuel Mudd. Unfortunately, the fort was plagued by construction problems and yellow fever epidemics. The invention of the rifled cannon made the fort obsolete as the thick walls could now be penetrated. The Army abandoned the fort in 1874, and in 1908 the area became a wildlife refuge to protect nesting birds from egg collectors. In 1935 it was declared a national monument, and in 1992 reached its current status as a national park. Aside from touring Fort Jefferson, there is also snorkeling through some of North America's best living coral reef. The seaplane, they give you a small ice chest with 2 waters each and a snorkel pack. Put those on when we get closer, you won't be able to make it.
Snorkeling at Dry Tortugas. This water is so clear.
Crystal clear.
Wow. I just gotta jump.
Probably warmer in summer.
Look at this huge detail. Holy cow, that was the biggest fish I've ever seen snorkeling. Holy cow, that thing was massive.
Huge. With the seaplane, you can choose a half-day or full-day adventure. We chose the half-day, which gave us 2.5 hours to explore the park. This was just enough time to explore the fort and enjoy a short time snorkeling. And just like that, it was time to go.
Amazing trip.
The ride back was equally as beautiful, and we enjoyed circling the fort one last time before heading out. Fortunately, on the flight back, we did happen to spot a group of dolphins. Look closely or you'll miss them. And just a few minutes later, we were landing back on Key West.
That was awesome. Pilot Chris, exceptional.